Welcome back. In some cultures, for example, it is considered bad luck for the groom, future husband, to see the bride, the future wife, before the wedding ceremony on their wedding day. It is also customary in some cultures for the bride's family and give a wealth gift to the groom's family. Although it is customary for the groom's family to pay for the wedding celebration. In China, it is very traditional for parents to select a husband or wife for their children, although this practice is becoming less popular. The youth of many Western countries often select their own husband or wives, sometimes with the approval of their parents. You may consider why they happen and why they are all acceptable. For instance, a Westerner invited a Chinese girl to have a lunch and take a tour around the British Parliament. In fact, the girl didn't have the lunch just because when the Westerner asked her, "Are you hungry?" and the girl answered no, then they didn't have lunch together. The second time, the girl was invited to the restaurant. When the host asked the same question, "Are you hungry?" she answered, "Not really." The host ordered a light meal for her. So what is a cultural shock? How to solve it? Can you give your analysis? In the first situation, the Westerner used his question as an invitation. The girl understood it only as a question. According to the Chinese tradition, the man should have invited her to lunch since their appointment was to have lunch first. In the second situation, the Westerner used his question as a question rather than the invitation. According to Chinese tradition, the man should have ordered plenty of food for the girl. The conclusion can be drawn as follows. The same sentence concealed different intentions. People should try to make sense of what it really means. For the example above, cultural patterns can be defined as the following: shared beliefs, values, norms, and social practices that are stable over time and that lead to roughly similar behaviors across similar situations. Cultural patterns can be interpreted from two aspects consisting of the ways of thinking and the ways of acting. When it comes to the ways of thinking, cultural patterns are primarily inside people, in their minds, which provide a way of thinking about the world and the basic set of standards that guide thought and action. Therefore, cultural patterns are shared programs that govern the specific behavior choices. These collective mental programs are widely shared only by members of a particular group or culture and understood only by the context of the particular culture. Concerning ways of acting, cultural patterns are not so much consciously taught as unconsciously experienced as a byproduct of the day-to-day activities, which are programmed at a very early age and are reinforced continuously. Let's come to the case analysis. Who pays? Case analysis is likely to help to understand the cultural pattern better. In the university, Li Fang, a Chinese student, met an American exchange student named Sally, who has also recently come to China to study. One day, they went for dinner in a little restaurant nearby, and each of them had a bowl of noodles. After dinner, Li Fang felt that since Sally was new in China, she should treat her to dinner and give the waiter money for both of their dinners. When Sally realized what Li Fang had done, she seemed surprised and not very happy, and said that she wanted to pay for her own dinner. She said that they should go Dutch. Li Fang kept refusing to take Sally's money, and finally she gives in. Li Fang found the experience a little awkward and unpleasant because she didn't have the good feeling that she had when she treated her Chinese friends to a meal. Let's consider why Americans always pay for her own meals. Firstly, Americans don't emphasize relationships between people as much as Chinese do. Americans are often more distant in their social relations than Chinese are, and keep you from being obligated to another people, while Chinese people tend to value the obligations that bind people together. Secondly, another American value reflected by the custom of paying for yourself is fairness. Each person will pay for exactly what they ordered, so that no one is taking advantage of anyone else, while Chinese don't care about who will pay more than others. Thirdly, paying for yourself may even reflect the American passion for efficiency. They think there is no need to spend time arguing over the bill, while Chinese seems to enjoy fighting over the bill at the end of the meal, which is seen as an unnecessary fuss by Americans. Question for assignment. Why does ethnocentrism cause difficulties in intercultural communication?